Internet, Jesus loves you. My name is Chris, and this is the Christian News Show that shows up every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with geeksundergrace.com. I am not Cody. I am Chris, and Cody is doing some training this week, so you're having to deal with second best, maybe third best. I don't know. We're not going to make judgment calls on that right yet, but you know, it might not be that bad, so just stick around. Let's see what happens. Hey, something tells me you're already thinking about clicking away. Please don't do that. Really, I'm here for you. That's why I'm here, so just stay here. No more clicking anything. Just let this thing run out. It won't take that long. So on to the news. So in case you didn't hear about it last week, there's this thing that has come on the scene called the M drive. Now this invention is actually about 15 years old. The inventor, Roger Sawyer, has been trying to prove that this thing actually is a thing. It actually works. And it works by taking solar energy and converting it into microwave impulses that then go out of the thing. It's just magic inside of a can. Now, it's just in the testing phase right now, but they have proved this week his model that he has been trying to say for 15 years actually works. Scientists have been giving this thing what for the 15 years because they're saying, hey, this thing just violates Newton's third law. There's no propellant, so how can this thing work? And he's saying, no, it doesn't actually violate Newton's third law. This thing actually works. It'll actually drive a ship forward with amazing speed, no moving parts, so it just works and works and works and works and shouldn't break down over time. But it took a graduate student actually to come forward and say, hey, we're doing some tests. We're actually seeing propulsion coming out of this thing. It's amazing. It actually works and it actually warrants future tests. And now NASA is eating some serious crow saying, oh, wow, maybe this thing will work. So speaking of actually working, Google has said, hey, wait a minute. This Google Plus thing just isn't working the way we want it to work. Maybe we need to fix some things. So they've announced that they're going to untie it from YouTube, untie it from all these other services that you had to have Google Plus to work, making every one of us so very happy every time we log on to YouTube now, that we don't have to have that connection to Google Plus. And they admitted, hey, you know, this isn't one of our best products. You know, Apple could learn a lesson or two, you know, when it comes to Apple Maps that say, hey, maybe this thing isn't working. Maybe we should use Google Maps on the iPhone. I don't know. I'm no expert in this, just an idea. And in case you missed it, Tom Brady's back in the news. The NFL upholding that 4-game suspension for the deflated footballs. And, you know, Tom Brady has just solidly said, hey, I didn't do this. This wasn't part of my thing. I didn't do it. And, of course, what better way to hang on to your innocence than by trying to destroy the cell phone that might contain any emails related to said football deflation. Just so everybody knows, you know, if you destroy a phone that email has been sent on, you're not actually destroying the emails. You know, there's servers all over the place that you know, probably have those emails beyond the phone. So that's just a little bit of information. If you want to go and destroy a phone, just do it for the fun of it, not because you're trying to destroy emails, because you're not doing anything to the email server. But despite all that, Tom Brady, still one of the greatest people to ever play football, still one of the greatest quarterbacks. You know, this whole inflate thing, it's going to go behind us, and we're going to look back and go, yeah, that was that thing, but Tom Brady's still a great quarterback. If you think about this from Pete Rose's perspective, you know, Pete could tell him a thing or two about what it takes to just come forward and say, hey, you know what, I did this, I messed up. Mr. Hit King, Mr. Hustle, 4192, should have been in the Hall of Fame years ago, but because of what he did and then denied and then reluctantly owned up to it, has haunted him all these years. So to finalize this whole thing, you know, there's a saying called mess up, fess up. And this is found in the Bible. It's one of those things that you find in the Bible, a very functional part of the Bible. If you mess up in something, fess up to it. Own it. Take care of the thing. Google is taking a moment to go, hey, you know what? Maybe we didn't create quite the product that we were wanting to create here. And at some point, my hope is that Tom Brady really had nothing to do with the deflation thing. But if he did, at some point, we just have to own those things and fess up to them and step up to the plate and say, you know what? I messed up. I'm sorry. Let's move forward. Hey, thanks for joining us this week. If you'd like, you can subscribe to my channel, Faith Elements, and follow me on Twitter and all that stuff down below. You can see that information. But be sure to follow this channel and subscribe up above, and make sure you hit the like down below. And by the way, I took my gum out of my mouth just so I wouldn't be chewing while I was shooting the videos, and I held it in my fingers like that the whole time. I bet you didn't even see that, did you? Hey, God bless. Thanks for being here.